Now, I know some people over at Hokage Highlights hate to hear this, man. Because it's really not the Twitch chat. Y'all are cool with these conversations. Even the YouTube chat over, if you don't know, if you're watching the Hokage Highlights, if you want to watch on YouTube,
thanks for the resub.
go to youtube.com/Hokage HQ. Or just search Hokage HQ. That's where I stream on YouTube. I keep it separate. Yo, shout out to Modern. So it's not even the YouTube live stream. It just be Hokage Highlights. Be complaining. Yo, shout out to Sugar Free with the sub. Shout out to, God damn, I'm trying to get into it.
Donation will go towards a new pair of running shoes. I'll need those to get away from my stalker. Her name is Amy, and she's an annoying quasi-conspiracy spreading illiterate smut.
Shout out to Tony with the big $20 super chat. I'm definitely on South by Midnight this weekend. Okay. I'm gonna try that out next week. I got a copy of it. But I appreciate that, the subs as well as the super chats. But bringing it back full circle to what I was talking about, it mainly be Hokage Highlights that I'd be talking about in the comment section, complaining that I talk about politics in relation to like gaming and stuff like that. And we're on our third day since the announcement of the Switch 2. Go watch my other streams if you haven't seen it. People been complaining about the price. People like the games they saw, but the price is out of control. People have been asking if the tariffs play a role. We know for a fact they do.
$5 can buy some kitty.
And I know I got some bad news for y'all, ladies and gentlemen. I know you want to sit around in your room and go into your favorite OF model and fucking play NBA 2K, and you want to act like politics don't affect our lives, but it does. I'm not going to stop talking about it because it fucking does. Grow up. I never thought at fucking 34 years old, people would be upset that I'm talking about things that a person my age should be talking about. When really y'all should be questioning why, because a lot of your favorite creators are the same age as me, between the ages of 30 and 35. And all them niggas do is dance on fucking screen. Dance and do goofy shit. You should be asking why they mentally stunted. Don't ask me why I'm not. But anyways, we standing on business. Hate to break it to you. I know you want to live in this blissful, ignorant bubble, but once again, not only has the politics affected us in gaming.
As a wise man named Justin Bieber once said, there's going to be one less lonely girl.
Shout out to Jeezy with the sub.
Just got approved for section.
Shout out to Ty with the sub. Not only, oh my God.
To TBH or for me to locate an emerald shard in Sonic Adventure 2.
They don't need to know why I locked away. I mean, trained 4 little boys in the Batcave.
Shout out to Shady with the $5 super chat. He said, what's good? Young dude at work. Didn't take the Switch news too lightly today. Guy said he's going to finance it now. I'm not going to lie. You don't finance a game console, chat. Be responsible. Keep in mind, you don't need video games. But I appreciate the super chat. But bring it back full circle. Not only do the politics affect us, but it's getting bad. It's officially getting bad.
Thanks for resubscribing. This should be enough money for TBH to cop a brick from Dr. Eggman.
Shout out to Dr. Feelgood with the sub. I'm gonna stop and thank everybody. We not above that. I appreciate you. I know it's annoying for people maybe watching on YouTube, but I'm gonna stop and thank everybody. My bad. It's affecting us bad. 2 days after the announcement of Nintendo's brand new console, mind you, we've been waiting 8 years, I repeat, almost a decade, to see what Nintendo had up their sleeve. What would they follow up with? Because the Switch is one of Nintendo's most successful platforms. They showed off the games, they showed off the hardware, the camera, the software, the things you could do, like the game chat and screen sharing and all that shit. For the most part, people agreed it was a good presentation. Just the price of the games being $80 digital, $90 physical. And the physical is just a digital key. Then the very next day, we found out they moved their manufacturing from China to Vietnam and Cambodia because they wanted to avoid the Chinese tariffs. Nintendo was trying to look out for the consumer. But Trump said, fuck that. It's World War tariff over here.
Into oblivion.
Yo, shout out to Baby Gut Punch. It's World War, for the sub, World War tariff over here. This nigga started tariffing everybody, including Vietnam, Cambodia, as well as some island that has no people on it and it has nothing but penguins on it. That's a real story. I swear to God, look it up. He's taxing the penguins. I don't know why he's taxing their pebbles, but they are. Give it up for the penguins, chat. He said, man, what? I swear to God, that's a real story. I think I'm making that up. Trump, tariff Penguin Island. Nowhere on Earth is safe. Trump imposes tariffs on an uninhabited island near Antarctica. It's an island owned by Australia, but nobody lives on there but penguins. He put a 10% tariff on it. This is a real story. I'm not going to read it. Read it on your own time. Just to show you I'm not making this shit up. I'll drop the link in the chat if you want to read this. This is your president. World War tariffs over here. So, anyways, to bring the story even more full circle, we found out they moved their manufacturing to Vietnam as well as Cambodia. And obviously, it's a Japanese product as well. So that's 3 potential tariffs that they're saying might stack on top of each other. So we're looking at a console that was supposed to be $450, might turn around and be fucking $650.
Only lame niggas say that shit.
And on top of that, the game prices. People were asking, is it $90 because of the tariffs? I don't know why. I don't know if it's because they're being greedy or if they were trying to get ahead of the tariffs and just charge people more. I don't know why Nintendo is doing it. I'm starting to think it did play a role. I'm not saying it will be $60. We don't know what it's going to cost. You said try 700. It could be 700. We don't know because economists are saying that these tariffs will stack because certain parts are made in Vietnam, certain parts are made in Cambodia, certain parts are made in Japan. 1, 2, 3, boom, boom, boom. We don't know how much it's gonna cost after they run out of their initial supply. Because for those unaware, they do have a warehouse in the United States, don't know where, but they said they stacked up some Switch 2s. But once they run out of the initial supply, because those were made before the tariff, that's when the tariffs will kick in. Which means the tariffs will probably kick in the second wave of the Switch, because I think this first wave of the Switch 2 is probably gonna sell out within a month. Probably 3 days. I wouldn't be surprised, because people have been waiting on this shit. But
TBH, wake up. Someone just spent $5 on your ignorant black ass.
Yo, shout out to Slime with the sub. Appreciate it. It's gotten so bad that I'm starting to think that the tariffs maybe do have something to do with the price of the game, and it's not Nintendo being greedy, because we now have another article to come out a third day after they announced the Switch 2. It's gotten so bad that Nintendo has announced they are delaying Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders due to Trump's tariffs. It's too late, man. The tariffs went into play on the second, Daquan. So if you want to build a PC, the price of PCs are going up. Everything's going up. It's World War tariff over here. So we now know that these tariffs are playing a role in the pricing because they have delayed the pre-orders for the Nintendo Switch. Nintendo has taken unprecedented decisions to delay the Switch 2 pre-orders in the US, blaming the impact on Trump's tariffs and evolving market conditions, which is PR talk for fuck this orange nigga, bro. Which also says to me that, because yesterday Nintendo did a live stream. They do their Nintendo Treehouse where Nintendo employees play games and talk about their products. They're trying to lean into the whole they're trying to make it seem like a regular live stream, like it's one of my live streams, but it's really Nintendo employees just trying to be relatable, but it's really marketing. But anyways, they did the Nintendo Treehouse, their first one since the announcement of the Switch, and the whole comment section was just ragging on Nintendo for the price. That says this announcement today that they are delaying the pre-orders says to me that they saw that comment section, and people, and I want to talk to the people who say, what's the point of boycotting? Oh, they're never gonna change. I cannot stress enough, the power is in the people. Class consciousness matters. When you bend over and take it from a corporation, they're not going to fuck you once. They're going to keep fucking you. But if you say, no, we're not going for it, oh, they're going to notice. Because your job, yo, shout out to Final Blaze with the gift of subs. Thank you. Your job as a consumer is to find the best deal possible. Soon as they came out with the price of the fucking games and the console, niggas was writing think pieces on Twitter and YouTube trying to justify why X, Y, and Z. Shut the fuck up. You are the consumer. Why are you, I don't care if you did grow up in Luigi's Mansion, Zelda, Mario. Why are you advocating for a corporation? Yo, shout out to BTK with the subs, gifted sub.
So only one boob should come out. Have some class, bitch.
I don't care if it's EA, Nintendo, it don't matter what corporation it is. Your only job is to get a good deal. So if you didn't like the prices, it don't matter if there is tariffs in play. If you didn't like it, you make it known. But what it requires is group thinking, class consciousness. And I never thought I'd say this, But I never thought the Luigi hat wearing, Minish cap wearing, Nintendo Wiimote wrapped around the forearms like the chains of Olympus ass community would have more of a backbone than you bitch ass niggas in the NBA 2K community. You crack jokes about how these niggas play Luigi's Mansion and Mario and Zelda and Mario Kart, but these niggas got more of a backbone than you. You think you cool because you can virtually dribble a basketball when we all know you're just trying to live out your fantasy because you tore your ACL in high school and you never made it to the league. Seems like the Minish Cap's got a bigger backbone. Maybe you need a Hyrule shield. You cannot convince me that live stream, they did not see that. They were in that comment section, the executives saying, oh no, we pissed people off. And it sucks because, to be fair, this is the one time where I'm going to play devil's advocate for the corporation. Maybe Nintendo didn't want to charge these prices, but they were trying to charge 80, 90 to get ahead of the tariffs. This is still the orange nigga's fault. Nintendo issued IGN the following statement. Pre-orders for the Nintendo Switch 2 in the United States will not start April 9th, 2025. In order to assess the potential...
Your donation will go towards a new pair of running shoes. I'll need those to get away from my stalker. Her name is Amy, and she's an annoying quasi-conspiracy spreading illiterate smut.
Yo, shout out to RJ with the $10 super chat. Thank you, my brother. He says, just bought my girl's engagement ring. Black love is in effect. You didn't say you gave it to her. I hope your girl don't watch my stream. Shout out to you. We love black love. Shout out to you. This man got money. Shout out to this nigga having a job, bro. This nigga bought an engagement ring, which I know you dropped at least, you probably dropped at least a rack. You dropped at least a rack or two. And then you came in here, spread it back, black love, and you dropped the super chat.
Wrong.
Give it up for RJ. He's not a PS4 nigga, chat.
But this won't be enough to fund the
RJ is not a PS4 nigga.
BBC
Yo, shout out to Joker with the $5 super chat. Just finished your microtransactions video. Really good stuff. I appreciate the words in the super chat. Appreciate it. Shout out to RJ, man. Blessings to your relationship. Hold on, read that again so I can play it in front of my boyfriend. The fact that he bought an engagement ring. Okay. Cammy said, I'm ready to be married. We get it. We get it. We get it. Why don't you tell him? Don't tell us. Tell your man. What was I about to say? Pre-orders for the Nintendo Switch 2 in the United States will not start until April 9th, 2025 in order to assess potential impact of tariffs and evolving market conditions. Nintendo will update timing at a later date. The launch date of June 5th, 2025 is unchanged. So it's still going to come out in June, but they're trying to... Because if you're still going to put it out in June, why delay the pre-orders? That means they're having internal meetings. Yo, shout out to Free with the sub.
Out here. So you a real ass nigga for that.
They're having internal meetings trying to figure out how to soften the blow on the price.
Now I can afford a retwist for
shout out to Jay Scott with the sub. Appreciate it. They're having internal meetings trying to figure out what's the price going to be. Do they want to change it? If they let's throw some hypotheticals out there, right? What if Nintendo was like, you know what? To get into the good graces of the people, we're going to drop the prices. What if Nintendo came out?
So I love to see when someone donates a sub to someone in the
shout out to Scooter with the sub. Appreciate it.
Section 8 subscribe.
What if Nintendo came out and said, all right, the console's no longer $450. It's going to be $400 and we're dropping the game prices down to $70. How would y'all feel?
Chat is deeply appreciated.
June 5th. It's still coming June 5th.
23andMe kit. I know I'm black, but I need a DNA test to reveal if I'm Taco Fall black or just Blake Griffin black.
Yo, shout out to C-Man Rock with the $10 super chat. Appreciate you. With my new job, I can afford a Switch 2. Definitely would stick to getting exclusives because of them prices. Same shit, bro. Same shit. I appreciate you. They not doing that, LOL. You didn't answer the question. I didn't ask if you think they're gonna do it. I said, dude, hey, listen. Yo, shout out to RJ with the super chat. Nah, she too busy writing her dissertation. Okay, slight flex. His girl smart, educated. We like that. Listen, do they not teach? I'm not gonna lie. This is the second time this week I asked, do they not teach what hypothetical questions are in chat? I did not ask you whether or not you think they'll do it. I just said, let's pretend it's a hypothetical. Jesus Christ. I'm going to say don't rule it out. I give it a 10% chance. I get what y'all are saying. Most likely they won't change the price, but I'm gonna give it a 10% chance. What if they do lower the price? Because, and this is why I said I give it a 10% possibility the price could be lowered. I give it a 25. Look, he's giving it even more. The reason I say is it goes back to Nintendo's design philosophy. For those unaware, if you ever wondered why Nintendo's platforms always seem underpowered in comparison to the competition, PC, Xbox, PlayStation, it's because they purposely do that to keep the price of their platforms down. It looks like the specs are true. It looks like it's like slightly more powerful than a PS4 Pro, the Switch 2, which means it is older hardware that they conformed into a handheld. Maybe they decide, all right, for the first year, let's just break even to get into the good graces of the community. And then next year we'll make money, hoping that the tariffs are done by 2026. That there could be a world where they break, because I mean, they've been printing money with the Switch. If there's a community, if there's a company that could do it, Nintendo could take a hit and it would build good graces with the community. That's why I said, you can't rule that out. Now, if we're talking about Ubisoft, then that's a fuck no. Because Ubisoft is broke as shit. Ubisoft can't afford to drop the price below $70. But Nintendo's got the money to take that hit. It's called a loss leader. Shout out to Treason with the $5 super chat. He said, economy's getting scary. Now they want to talk about politics since it's affecting their games. Hope your day is getting good. What up? I appreciate you with the nice words and the $5 super chat. I know, right? It's sad we got to relate it to games for these motherfuckers to care. These niggas can take my social security. You know, they can take away rights from my mother and my sister. They can take away rights from immigrants. They can just delete hundreds of thousands of jobs. But if they start fucking with Nintendo, nah, nigga. Oh, yeah. Oh, because, you know, they was justifying that shit too. I'm cool with these niggas talking in a what's chat about striking foreign nations. I'm cool with unclassified information being all over the internet. I'm cool with that. But you start fucking with Nintendo, man, he's doing too much, bro. He's doing too much. The Signal chat, man. It's sad. He's a what's chat. I mean, because that's what Signal is. Signal is a slightly better version of what's chat.
Wow. Gifted subs. With this,
like, I can't stress enough. These niggas is talking about striking other countries with missiles. And the same thing that my friends and I use for group chat. I use Signal. I know exactly what it is. Anybody else in the chat use Signal? I use Signal. And Signal does have encryption.
Your resub just reminded
but it's not military grade encryption. It's good enough for person to person, like day-to-day average people. But it's not for government secrets. Yo, shout out to Black Math Nerd with the sub. Appreciate it. Yeah, Signal is not a military channel. That's different. I used to use Signal for student protests. That's actually smart. I never heard of Signal till then. I like it. I use it because we switched to Signal like 5 years ago because like a while back, this is before Elon even owned Twitter. Twitter was getting hacked. They were hacking people with check marks. This is before you could buy a check mark, and I had a check mark because I earned mine. And we were worried about me getting hacked and in the group chat getting leaked online. You know, we'd be saying, making jokes, wild shit in the chat. So nobody needs to know what's going on. So we decided to move our group chat from Twitter to Signal. And we've been there ever since for like a few years. I don't know if it's been 5, maybe it's like 3 or 4 years. I like it because there's encryption, but also because you can delete your messages. So if I ever drop my phone and lose it, I don't ever have to worry about the group chat getting exposed because my messages delete like every 8 hours. I use Signal to cop gas when I'm at Howard. Allegedly, nigga. What the fuck? And other news. Oh, because remember I was talking about it. So this is what I was talking about that I think led to the delay on the pre-orders for the Switch. Yesterday, they did the Treehouse, the Treehouse stream promoting the Switch 2, and somebody actually screen capped the chat. This is the chat, and this is what I said. I think the Nintendo executives saw this shit and they got nervous because it wasn't 1 or 2 people. Watch this. And it's funny because listen to the music and the Nintendo music. Drop the price, drop the price, drop the price, drop the price, lower the price. Look, the whole chat. You don't think Nintendo executives saw this? Shout out to the Nintendo community. They said, fuck that shit. They saw that. That's not one or two trolls. The Nintendo, I can keep going, you get it. It's a minute long. And apparently this was like a several hour stream and the whole chat, it just kept saying, drop the price. Nintendo saw that. So for the people in the chat that are saying, I don't think they'll do it, I'm gonna give it a small chance. We could see a price drop and they take a loss. We could see it because you don't want to piss off your long-term fans. You don't want to, because let me tell you something. Let me tell you something that I did see after the announcement of the Switch 2. I saw several tweets and TikTok posts of people saying, congratulations, Nintendo. You just pushed me to get a Steam Deck. If you don't understand why that's significant, Steam Deck is a handheld that runs PC games, but the Steam Deck is the same exact price as the Switch 2. And you can get your entire Steam library and you can allegedly emulate Switch games on the Steam Deck in 4K. The Steam Deck is the same price as the Switch 2. It's 2-3 years older. It's more powerful and it can allegedly do things that this can't do. And it's got an OLED screen. And it pissed off people so much. This is a perfect segue talking about the Steam Deck. As a way of protest, the Gooners are on the timeline trying to show people the power of the Steam Deck. You can run Tears of the Kingdom with mods on Tears of the Kingdom. This is this is the definitive version of Tears of the Kingdom. This is allegedly not on the Switch version. If you're wondering how I found this randomly hit my For You page, and this shit was so funny, I had to save it because I was talking about Nintendo anyway. I did not go out of my way to find this. It just showed up on the For You page. You can't get this on the Switch 2 version. You can play this in 4K, bro. See, they got the slides too. So there you go. There you go. If you want to play as Princess Delta. They said they crashed it out over there. This man put up this tweet. They said, suck it, Nintendo. The best experience for Tears of the Kingdom is on fucking the PC. And we got mods. Allegedly. Bro, the modders can't be stopped. Y'all niggas is nasty. The Gooner epidemic. We're going to talk about it one day. We're going to talk about it. So that's the Nintendo update that I got for you guys in regards to the Switch 2, the tariffs. I'm pretty sure, don't be surprised if we talk about it next week. I'm pretty sure this story is going to continue to develop because they do have to announce when the pre-order is going to be available. You probably heard this, but congrats. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. If you don't know what he's talking about, actually, I can bring it up right here. I didn't even know this was going to be announced today. I didn't know when it was going to be announced. I did this like a couple months ago, but I booked my first voiceover job for a game. It's called Bap Bap. It's funny because I actually leaked it on stream one time by accident. Somebody had asked me, they was like, what's Bap Bap? I was like, I don't know. You can play it right now. It's free to play on Steam. I think it's coming to console. Just a small little game. They reached out to me and I was like, yeah, let's do it. Cause I've been looking to try to build a resume. So I got my first job on my resume, you know, enough. Here's they dropped the trailer today. I didn't know they was going to drop it. I was like, oh shit. Here you go.
Lift off. Vaporized. Step back. I'll take command of this mission. You're on my turf now. You know death chases us all, right? Track this. Boom. It's not your day, buddy. Next.
I've played the game. It's actually fun. I'm not saying that because is it the greatest game I've ever played? No, it's not that either. But I've played it. I've already played it. It's actually pretty fun. Like I said, if you want to try it out, it's actually free. It's on Steam right now. I think it's coming to console. I should message the devs. Like, this would actually be good for the Switch. It's a BR over the top action game. Where characters have like different kits and stuff like that. It's pretty easy to pick up, kind of hard to master type of game. Is it the greatest game I ever played? No. It's fun. It's solid. It's free. Try it out if you want to. But they said not bad at all. Only thing I was happy about is just the first thing that was I was able to put on my resumes. And I'm gonna continue to try to book more stuff, probably small like indie games, until eventually I can get my first. The goal is to get a AAA game eventually, but it starts here. Somebody was like, "You did the Zaddy voice." I didn't do that on purpose. They wanted that. They wanted me to do like an Itachi monotone deep voice because my voice is naturally deep, but that wasn't my choice. I actually had a different voice in mind for this character, but that's what they wanted, and they paid me, so I did what the boss told me to do. I got paid, Chad. That's what. You said it's on Steam. Yeah, it's on Steam right now. You can play it. But you said link that here. Yeah, the check clear. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. And while we're talking about it, let's see. I think it's in my library. Yeah, Bat playtest. It's in early access. Keep that in mind. The game's not done. So, things are subject to change. How do I link something?
Your super chat is deeply appreciated. This money will go towards a 23andMe kit.
Here's the link if you want to check it out.
I need a DNA test to reveal if I'm
what's my opinion on Deus Ex? I love Deus Ex. Yo, shout out to Kane Snow with the super chat. I love Deus Ex. That's why I said the article. But as you can see, hold on. As you can see, mostly positive reviews. Like I said, it's actually a good game. I wouldn't lie to y'all. Check it out. It's pretty cool. I think it has roguelike elements in it too. This is where I'm going to end this story before we get back to the news, because I don't want to spend too much time on this. This is just like a personal achievement for me. I'm going to put some positive energy into the universe. So let me tell y'all how I actually booked this job. Because y'all know I've been trying to get into voice acting, but it's hard. Just like anything else in life, these jobs, when it comes to hiring, they want you to have 10 years experience. But the problem is, how do you get experience if nobody gives you a chance? So the hardest thing about finding jobs is usually getting that first job to give you a little bit of experience. And then after that, it's like a snowball effect when you're ready to move up. Same thing with this. Couldn't find anybody to hire me because I didn't have a demo reel. I finally got it. So here's how I got the job. I'm going to give you guys a little backstory on this one. They reached out to me. I didn't audition for this. They reached out to me and they said they wanted me. And do you know why? For 2 reasons. Like I said, the director said they wanted a deep voice for this character. And they had seen a clip of mine from one of my streams, and they heard my voice and they said they wanted me. So there's that. But then here's what added on to it. It wasn't just my voice that they liked. It was apparently the clip that they saw from me. I guess I was talking about Astrobot, last year's game of the year for PlayStation 5. They saw me praising the game, and apparently some of the developers that work on this game, they worked on Astrobot. So they appreciated the kind words that I put out. I know a lot of people like to act like I don't say anything nice about anything, which is a fucking lie. Y'all just don't be clicking videos. The point I'm trying to make is, putting some good karma into the universe can come back to you. Small world type of shit. You just never know who's watching type shit. I was like, hell yeah, I'll do this job. It was like, it's not pay. I was like, it's cool. I was like, I'm just trying to get a resume. It's cool.
That means for every donation TBH gets, I get the chance to glaze.
So not only is it a lie that I'm just negative all the time, now I actually have a story to back up how my positivity got me another job. Yo, shout out to Saber with the $10 super chat at 6 a.m. over here. Shout out to Japan. How do you feel about AC Shadow so far? I'm 80 hours into it and I'm enjoying it. All right. If you remember last stream, like 2 streams ago, when we was watching the Nintendo joint, Saber donated, and I thought because he had Japanese characters, I thought he was trolling me, but he's actually in Japan. He said it's 6 a.m. over there. Shout out to Saber. He dropped another super chat. He's playing AC Shadows, and he said he's 80 hours in and he's enjoying it. A real Japanese person. Thank you, Saber. They don't care in Japan about Yasuke. Stop falling for the culture war. And to answer your question, I'm enjoying the game. I'm like 30 hours in. I've been playing off stream. Playing off stream. When I finish grinding the map, I'm gonna come back and play the story on stream. Did you take any voice acting classes? I did not, but my entire life I've been told that I can be a voice actor. So I probably will. I met a friend at a party a couple months back. He put me on to a voice acting coach. I might sign up for like some classes. Another Astrobot W along with TBH. Shout out to Astrobot. Historically accurate take. But anyways, yeah. So that the name of the game is Bat. Let's get back to the news though. Exclusive new Deus Ex game pitched by Adios Montreal. You're gonna finish AC Shadows before South to Midnight. I'll probably jump in between all of it. Adios Montreal wants to bring back Deus Ex, and it's been looking for ways to do so while working on details regarding the recent layoffs at Montreal, Quebec-based studio. it was learned that the company has been actively pitching to external partners and publishers a new Deus Ex game. According to multiple sources close to the studio's plans, Adios Montreal was pitching the new game regularly, but it hasn't led to any commitments from publishers. One source said that there was a belief from a couple possible partners that the series was too niche at this stage. Another said it became clear after a few meetings that publishers aren't willing to take the financial risk that comes with the Deus Ex franchise at the moment. Not much details is known about the new Deus Ex game being pursued. However, it was said that the concept for the game had charm and novelty, but that didn't match up with the expectations of the standards typically associated with Deus Ex brand. And I believe this. So somebody in the chat had asked how I feel about Deus Ex. I actually love it. I really liked the last one. What was the name of the last one? Last Deus Ex game. It came out like 10 years ago, didn't it? Last Ex game. Mankind Divided. Yeah, it was on PS4. Yeah, it's literally been. Goddamn. I'm old. Yeah, I really liked Mankind Divided. I enjoyed the game. If you never played it, it's like futuristic stealth game with cool abilities. I'm gonna be honest, this is one of those games I don't really understand why it never took off. I'm not saying I think it should be like the biggest game ever, but I do think it should be more successful. Really good series, really great story, lots of good feedback. What up, Wonky? Lots of good elements in terms of reflecting on society. Yeah, the cyberpunk theme. I think it was the performance. I don't remember having issues at launch, but I could be wrong. But it is a really good game. I don't know why. It's just one of those things, like sometimes you can be good, it's just not good enough. The problem with this franchise, even though the games are good, they never sold well. And that's why they said in this article that publishers don't want to pick it up and foot the bill for the game because they probably feel like it's too niche. I played it recently. The controls are weird, but the gameplay was definitely fun. They had that bad pre-order that only worked for one playthrough. I don't remember that, but I believe you. They did something stupid. Do you see Grums got exposed? Yeah, I'm not surprised. I've always said when you the most dangerous people, the people you got to watch are the ones that just sit on the internet and just be doing negative shit all day. They usually have something to hide. So it doesn't surprise me. And then on the flip side, it's actually both sides of the spectrum. People who are way too positive or people who are way too negative, those are the people you got to watch. They're usually hiding something. On the negative side, you got a weird groomer, pedo, sexual deviant. On the too positive side, you got charity fraud. And he's a fat loser. Anyways, what up, Dot? What up, Siggy? You say yarns. Anyways, what are we talking about here? What else news we got? PlayStation production boss explains why Horizon. He said, I got that reference TV series. I think everybody did. Why Horizon TV series was canceled. Me personally, I just don't trust anybody who doesn't have a bad day, you know? And I don't trust anybody that just has bad days every goddamn day. Everything is like, bro, there's no in between, you know? We're people. We're supposed to have different highs and lows. A lot of your favorite content creators are backed by multi-million-dollar corporations. You got to watch that shit. You think they're independent media or independent creators? They're not. Nearly 3 years ago, Sony confirmed reports from a Netflix TV series based on Horizon Zero Dawn, everybody's favorite industry playing game. However, the proposed live-action Horizon show was reportedly canceled last year. Now, PlayStation Productions chief Assad Quizblash has offered an explanation about why the series didn't go forward. You said, huh? Yes. You want to know a telltale sign if a game is, if a YouTube channel, I think what it is, I was talking to my girl about this the other day. I think what I realize is a lot of people just watch content mindlessly. They don't critically think while they watch it. As long as it's entertaining or informational, they'll watch it, or it confirms their bias because, you know, they'll just watch it, but they don't really think about things. Because like I said, there's a lot of, especially like in the news side of things, like a telltale sign that a YouTube channel is, and I think the reason people do it is because people perceive YouTube still as like for the everyday man, and it's not. YouTube is just as corporate. That's not to say, because like I'm independent. That's not to say there's not independent creators, but I feel like a telltale sign that someone is corporate backed, right? You ever seen like a new channel that just blew up out of nowhere and they just have crazy production quality? Even in 2025, when channels first blow up, whether it's TikTok, YouTube, whatever, they usually start off in their college dorm room, their mom's basement, whatever. They got their basic webcam. They just yapping. And over time, their editing improves. Their camera quality improves. Like things just can, that's usually somebody who's independent. But when somebody comes out of nowhere, they got celebrities on the fucking podcast, camera angles everywhere. That's an industry plant. It's all over. And it's a lot on YouTube.
Thanks for the super chat.
So you gotta be careful about who you watch. But he said, didn't an article come out about YouTube either being the biggest entity in Hollywood right now? I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
4 little boys in the back.
He said, you mean Bobby Altoff not legit? Well, that was an obvious one. Who remembers that PlayStation show Powers? I actually fuck with it. PlayStation show Powers. What? Anyways, let's get back to the industry plant. They told Variety the Horizon series just wasn't creatively going how they wanted to, which led Sony to reevaluate it was a potential movie rather than a television project. However, they didn't touch upon the workplace misconduct allegations against Horizon's showrunner Steve Blackman.
Seeing as your mom is a bop, with this sub money, I should be able to afford to take a dive into the aquatic mine that is her pussy.
Yo, shout out to Just Call Me Steph with the sub, and shout out to Savage with the sub. Appreciate it. Blackman stemming from his time on the Umbrella Academy. Blackman denied any wrongdoing, and word about Horizon's fate was revealed shortly after. I'm gonna be honest, whether it's a TV show or a movie, I don't care. The story in this game is not interesting enough. The sci-fi aspects are interesting, but like the main lead character, Alloy, is not interesting to me. The side characters are more interesting. The best character in the game, unfortunately, he passed away. So it's like, I feel like that's the real reason they probably don't know what to do with the show or the movie. Aloy's a walking cardboard. She is, bro. If they didn't have that kind of alien plot part in the second game, I think I would have quit that game already. That part was interesting. But after that, I don't know. The entire franchise is mid. Yeah, RIP Lance Reddick. I don't think anybody cares. This game's an industry plant. In positive news, InZOI.
Follow, buddy. Hopefully you're not as annoying as me.
Shout out to DMV with the sub. InZOI achieves 1 million copies sold in its first week. This is the competitor to The Sims with the realistic graphics. I see people making mad bad bitches in this game, bro. You said it's game of the year. I know a lot of y'all in the chat play it. You said alien plot. Yeah, I didn't want to say too much without spoiling it. I'm gonna be on that this weekend. You said I built my PC for that shit. We got another successful game. I think this is good. This is good. I know the Sims community has been complaining about the state of the game for the longest. EA sees the competition. They are sweating. They are sweating. So this is good. Shout out to them for selling. The game looks good. Not my cup of tea, but it does look good. Yo, shout out to Kaz and Timsy with the sub. And this says to me that the Sims community is sick of this shit, bruh. So shout out to InZOI. Because I'm not gonna lie, when they first announced this game, it did look cool, but I was worried about this name. It was kind of weird, but it stuck. It was short, so I guess that's the reason it stuck. You can load clips into the game. Yeah, you can load clips into the game and do like custom dances and stuff like that. The graphics are very appealing. Like I said, it looks like a good game. I just don't like sim games, but shout out to them. Another successful game. Yeah, bro, all the DLCs are like $1,200. Fuck no, bro. What the hell? What up, Curtis? Astrobot movie is absolutely being pursued by Sony. With the success of HBO's Last of Us series, Sony is now looking to adapt more video game properties that it owns either to the cinemas or TV shows. The latest game targeted by Sony, none other than the multi-award-winning platformer Astrobot. This latest development regarding the Astrobot IP was revealed by PlayStation Productions chief Assad in an interview with Variety. He shared that they are absolutely looking at the potential for the game to be added to PlayStation's growing list of adaptations, no doubt incentivized by the massive take Nintendo's family-friendly The Super Mario Bros. Movie managed to achieve, ending its theatrical run with a staggering $1.3 billion box. I don't think Astrobot will do $1.3 billion, and that's Mario. Come on now. But I think an Astrobot movie could work. Nintendo needs a new PlayStation needs a new mascot, like a kid-friendly mascot. PlayStation has been known as like the hardcore single-player story-driven games. Astrobot is going to help them appeal to families more, and making a movie will help it cross over even more. I just hope that if they do a movie, it's animated. It's a fun, silly kids animated family film. I would be down for that. Please do not try to do no real-world Detective Pikachu shit. I don't want to see I don't want to see a movie with fucking 7-foot Joel Embiid talking to a fucking animated robot. I don't want to watch that shit. Make a Little Big Planet movie, tell you the truth. It's too late for Little Big Planet. They would do this because Astrobot is hot. It just won Game of the Year. They're gonna put that in the fucking advertising when the movie gets finally announced. If they do it, based off the Game of the Year, Astrobot the movie. You could put that in the marketing. So people who have never, because you got to look at it from this point. People who have maybe never played the game, when they see the commercial and they say, "Oh, this is based off the Game of the Year," that adds authority. For a lot of times, for some people, that's all you need. Oh, this looks like a fun, cute, family-friendly movie. Little Timmy, my little niece, they're gonna love this shit. It's based off the Game of the Year. I never played it, but it must be good to get a movie. Astrobot would probably be better as a TV miniseries. I can see it working as a movie. My thing is, if they do a movie, I want all the PlayStation cameos to make it fun. The Easter eggs. I think that's why they compared it to like Mario, because Mario was full of Easter eggs. Make sure this movie's full of Easter eggs. Jack Black about to get a bag with this one. No, he's not. I read the Minecraft movie is the worst movie of the year. Minecraft worst movie. I heard that shit is ass. 2025. I saw it on Twitter. I didn't save it. But I literally saw a tweet that it was the worst movie of the year. Critics are split on whether a Minecraft movie is great or the worst film yet of 2025. That's crazy, that big ass fucking emote. You said, damn, it's ass. Who asked for a Minecraft movie, man? What's the Rotten Tomatoes? I don't want to watch this shit. Yeah, look at this shit. Although the fans say at 83%. The critics say 48, the fans say 83. Maybe it is good. It could be another Mario situation. I'm not spending any money to find out. Has anybody seen the Minecraft movie? Said worse than Snow White? I heard the Snow White movie is actually pretty decent. It's just getting a review bomb because, you know, the go woke, go broke people hate what they said before the movie had came out, but I heard it's decent. The Kids, bro, people hate that movie. It always seemed like a Sonic situation to me. The movie's going to be like Morbius. Nothing can be as good as Morbius. Don't say that. Don't ever compare Minecraft or any movie to the #1 rated movie of the weekend on Apple TV. That shit was so fucking funny, bro. Morbius is the #1 rated movie on Apple TV this weekend. If you don't get them specific ass stats out of here. Minecraft the movie is the #1 rated movie on Tubi on a Tuesday night between 7 and 7:30 p.m. #1 ranked. Like, we're just creating specific stats to look like we're doing something. Morbius was funny for that shit.